If you're a veteran in Ohio and you're thinking about buying a home with a VA loan, you've probably heard about the appraisal. It's one of those costs that comes up every single time. So today, we're going to break down exactly what you can expect to pay so you can walk into this process with confidence. Look, when you're buying a house, there are a ton of numbers flying around, right? Especially when you get to closing costs. So let's just nail one of them down right now, the VA appraisal fee. All right, let's just get straight to the numbers, no fluff. These are the official maximum VA appraisal costs for Ohio, and they cover you for 2025 and 2026. This is the baseline you're going to need for your budget. Now, the very first thing you need to know is that this isn't some flat fee that's the same for everyone. The amount you'll pay really just depends on what kind of property you're buying. Okay, so for the most common situation, a standard single-family home, the maximum appraisal fee the VA allows in Ohio is $625. What if you're thinking about a condominium? Well, the VA keeps it super simple here. The fee is exactly the same, $625. The price does bump up a little bit if you're looking at a manufactured home. For this kind of property, you're going to be looking at $675. And for those of you who might be investing in a multifamily property, like a duplex or even a fourplex, the appraisal fee goes up to $775. And that just reflects the extra work it takes to value multiple units. So when you lay it all out like this, you can see there's a really clear range. You're starting at $625 for single-family homes and condos, and you're going up to $775 for multi-unit properties. These are solid numbers you can just plug right into your budget. But it's not just about the final price tag, is it? Understanding the process and the timeline is just as important. So, how does all this actually work? So, where do these numbers even come from? It's really important to know they're not just pulled out of thin air. The Department of Veterans Affairs itself actually sets these as the maximum fee that anyone can be charged for an appraisal in the state. And the reason they do this is pretty simple, but it's really powerful. The VA's whole goal here, and this is a direct quote, is to ensure fairness for veterans while avoiding inflated costs in the market. So you can think of it as a protection that's built right into the system for you. Okay, so you've paid the fee, the process has started. The next obvious question is, how long is this going to take? In Ohio, the standard turnaround time is actually pretty quick. It's just 8 business days from the moment that appraisal is ordered. And that 8-day window isn't random. It's specifically designed to keep your home buying process moving along, right on track, and help you get to that closing table without any unnecessary holdups. So what are you actually getting for that money? This brings us to a really, really important distinction that every single veteran homebuyer needs to understand. And that's the difference between a VA appraisal and a home inspection. You should think of the VA appraisal as a check, but it's for the lender and the VA. Its main job is to confirm just 2 things. First, that the house is actually worth what you're agreeing to pay for it, and second, that it meets some basic safety and livability standards to get the loan. The difference here is absolutely crucial. The appraisal is for the bank. It protects their investment. The home inspection, that's for you. That's the deep dive into the real condition of the house, everything from the roof down to the foundation. It might be optional for the loan, but it's pretty much essential for your peace of mind. So this is the main point, and if you only remember one thing from this whole section, make it this. Your VA appraisal is absolutely 100% not a substitute for getting a full, detailed home inspection from a professional inspector. Okay, let's bring this all together. Now that you've got these numbers and these facts in your back pocket, you can really start budgeting for your new home with a whole lot more confidence. So let's do a quick recap. The costs in Ohio are going to run you somewhere between $625 and $775, depending on the property. The standard turnaround time is a quick 8 business days. Remember, these fees are set by the VA to make sure you're treated fairly. And maybe most importantly, an appraisal is all about value for the lender, not the detailed condition of the house for you. So, with these appraisal costs totally clear, you've just conquered one more piece of the home buying puzzle. The only question left is, what's the next step on your journey to a new home?